Nation of Fitin10, it is day 5 of the challenge. Day 5, closing in on that 1 week mark. And hopefully you are improving on your macros. First couple weeks are definitely challenging. Don't beat yourself up. Don't feel guilty as long as you're trying. All right, and normally what I say to do if you're having a hard time meeting your macros, or maybe you're not there yet, but if you are, I know a lot of people are trying for this, work on one, okay, and the most important one will be protein. Okay, it's not that the other ones don't matter. They all matter, but the first one I really want you to work towards is protein, because it's sort of you can kind of think of it as our funnel, so to speak, for the rest of our food. It's really going to serve many roles that are going to help us to better control our food. All right, so work on your protein first, and then we can focus on some of the other things. If your diet is more fat centric, and ladies, if you are in that peri, or post menopausal phase, you probably realize that, well, you may not realize it, but that's one of the reasons why you're having more fat, less carbs. Just on a side note, generally speaking, when you start to go through menopause, you become less insulin sensitive, and so you become more, actually a better word is more insulin resistant. Okay, I mean, kind of the same thing, I guess, but two different sides of the coin, but kind of means same thing. And this is why we're giving you more fat. Some people have come back to me and said, I did your challenge a couple years ago or whatever. And yeah, so things change. Anyways, I digress here. So focus on your protein, okay? Once you can get your protein down, then let's start working on the other things. Like if you're within your calories, but let's just say your carbs are a bit too high and your fat's a bit too low, and you're getting your protein, okay, not the end of the world. I mean, regardless of where you are, not the end of the world. But that's a great step as well, because you're still within the confines of the calories. Calories matter, and then we can work on trying to hone in better on the fats and the carbs. But first things first, just work on that protein, okay? And actually, while we're on that topic, let me give you a list here of some high protein foods that are easy go-tos. All right, so basically foods that you don't really even have to go through that much preparation, or any preparation for that matter at all. All right, so number 1, hard-boiled eggs. Okay, requires some preparation, but you can pretty much do this one evening or one morning or whatever. It takes 6 or 7 minutes. Well, I guess you gotta boil the water too. Okay, so maybe let's say 12, 13. And they're ready to go, put them in the fridge. And easy access, great source of protein and fat. Okay. Excuse me. Number 2, beef or turkey jerky. There are some better options out there. Try to stay away from the ones that have a bunch of additives, especially sugar. Don't get the beef or turkey jerky that's got a lot of sugar added to it. Number 3, iso bars RX bars are good too. RX bars you can get at Costco. Iso bars you just can't, because there's no preservatives in them. So they don't have long shelf life, so they're never going to go mainstream. But they're a great bar. They taste super, super good. Like, I absolutely love them. And I highly recommend giving them a try. Buy a box from me. You support me as well, obviously. And listen, if you don't like it, just bring it back. I'll refund you. Okay? 3 flavors. Tasty chocolate, so it's like a super chocolate version. Chocolate almond and yummy yogurt, which to me tastes more like a peanut flavor. Yummy yogurt is actually my favorite. Most popular is tasty chocolate. Number 4, cottage cheese. That's easy go-to. Same with Greek yogurt. That's number 5. Protein shake. So there's still a lot of people that aren't having a protein powder, and I would highly recommend it, especially if you're struggling to get your protein in. All right, I don't want you living off this, but having 1 protein shake per day definitely will help to take a big chunk of your protein, or at least get a big chunk of your protein out of the way. If you can, go with a whey. If you can't do whey, go with beef. If you can't do beef, go with a plant-based protein powder. And just on that topic, with protein shakes, you can make smoothies. Really, really good to mix in things like banana, pineapple, frozen berries, frozen mango, yogurt, nut butters. One of my favorites is using the chocolate beef protein. I know it sounds weird, but it actually tastes really, really good. Chocolate beef protein. I don't think this is in your booklet because I didn't start using the beef protein until last year. Gotta update the booklet. Chocolate beef protein, Greek yogurt, frozen pineapple, banana, and natural peanut butter or almond butter or mixed nut and seed butter, some kind of basically nut butter in there. And I'll put up the exact recipe in terms of amounts. Super, super tasty. The only downfall is it's super good and you drink it and then before you know it, it's done. But very easy to make. It takes like 2 minutes to make. Okay, yogurt with protein powder. That's another great option. Okay, in particular, vanilla protein powder mixed in Greek yogurt. It's really good. It's just like having vanilla yogurt, literally. Only higher protein. RX bars, I already mentioned that. Oh yeah, Quest bars or the Kirkland Signature protein bars. These are actually both at Costco. Not the best, but they're definitely better bars that are on the market, I think. One of my favorites here, smoked salmon. Expensive, but it's so good. Well, it's good to me. And it's ready to go. You just literally just pull it out of the fridge and eat away. Great source of essential fats, great source of protein. Barbecue chicken. You go to the grocery store, just pick yourself up a barbecue chicken. Quick little story here. When we used to think it was funny when we were teenagers and we were trying to get bigger. So we would, of course, we would train 5 days a week, basically every day after school. And then on the weekends, like a Friday night, we thought it was cool to go into the grocery store, get a barbecue chicken each and half a gallon of milk. And we'd go to the bus stop and we would eat it and we would leave the chicken carcasses there. And we thought that was funny. 14, 15-year-old boy. Growing up in a small town, we thought that was funny. But we thought, hey, we're getting our protein, so this is great. So there are, how many did I, about 12. About a dozen quick access protein sources you can go to. Okay, what am I doing for time? 8:41. Okay, I did get some feedback here. I'm pulling into 9 minutes here. Okay, one thing I want to just quickly say, I think I'm going to talk about this more tomorrow because I did get some feedback on this. Do not purposely hold back on your calories and do not feel guilty about your calories that you're taking in. All right, there's a bunch of factors that I consider when I assign you your calories. One of the biggest ones is your lean body mass. And this is the primary predictor, really, when it comes to calorie. I mean, there's other factors, of course, but this is a major contributor to your calorie allotment, okay? The amount of calories you're gonna burn throughout the day. And it's a major contributor to your BMR, your basal metabolic rate. So don't feel guilty about eating all your calories. You have to remember this is a happy medium. This is allowing you to, there are people in the challenge who are not getting all their calories, but then they're saying, can I add in something sweet? Or what can I do for something as a sweet treat or something that I can add that's going to give me some sweetness? And, so the first thing you want to do is make sure you get all your calories, because that's going to help satiate you, fill you up more. So make sure you do that first, and then see if you still feel like having those sweets. Okay. Now, I will tell you, I have about, I'm in a bit of a bulking phase right now. I'm in a bit of a strength phase, building phase right now. So I have a little more calories. I have about 3,500 calories per day myself, and I still do like my sweet treats, like the smoothies I make that I mentioned, the recipe I mentioned a couple minutes ago, and the iso bars. Those are my go-tos. One other thing I do put in my shakes, my smoothies, I have a different smoothie after I work out, and that's one time where you can get away with eating more sugar, okay? Because you basically primed your body to uptake that sugar in a very, very easy sense. Actually, your body doesn't even need to produce insulin. If you work out intense enough, okay, I'm not talking about going for a walk, I'm talking about, doing one of Martina's classes or something. Your body doesn't even need insulin to get that sugar into the musculature, okay? And I don't even think into your liver either. Anyways, best time to have sugar, if you're going to have sugar, have it post-training. So what do I have? I have honey. Again, I have banana, I have frozen pineapple. I put all that into my shake, and I have like about 8 grams of carbs in the form of mainly sugars. That's post-training. All right, I have rambled enough. Let's get to the message of the day, because I'm already at 12 minutes, and that's a bit ridiculous. It's a bit ridiculous. Where is my message of the day on this day 5? Remember this: you build yourself up over time, not overnight. Things take time, especially great things take time. And you probably, maybe if you just look back on yourself and how you've kind of evolved, we go through different sort of iterations or different levels of evolving. Everything takes time, everything's a journey, everything's learning, So, sounds like somebody was laughing at me, but they're not. That was not somebody laughing at me. But you want to just remind yourself of that, okay? So, again, this sort of goes along with perfection and progression, right? Think more along those lines, and just know that things, are going to take time, especially these great things that we're working towards. And sometimes it's more than 10 weeks, okay? 10 weeks is not really that long in the grand scheme of life. And the key is to keep going, to not give up, to keep trying. That is really the secret of being successful. I think that's probably the biggest secret, is not giving up, okay? Now, obviously, we want to keep doing we want to strive towards doing the right things that are going to bring success. So you got to obviously consider that. But great things take time, so just be patient and enjoy the process. Don't stress yourself out about it, and keep moving forward, guys. Positive energy, positive vibes. Believe in yourself. For the love of God, give some gratitude, and I'll talk to you all tomorrow. See ya.